Hey everyone, it's Nick. Welcome to part 3 of starting a band. I got a lot to cover today, so let's get the intro. So in the first 2 episodes, we talked about why you might want to form a band, where to find band members, different places to look for, and how to get to them. Now you should have your own core group of people. So now you have people that want to be in your band, or you want to be in their band, and you're ready to get together and you're ready to do stuff, but now what? Now what do you do? Now it's time to start working on songs and set lists. So take an example of one band. Say there's 4 of you, you're going to be in a cover band. So everybody comes up with maybe 3 or 4 different songs on their own, just to start off with. Guitar player, bass player, drummer, singer, so. You come up with maybe about or 2 or 3 of your own songs. Say, here's the ones that I think we should play. Everybody kind of gets together, either meeting wise, or you send each other emails. You coordinate this one basic set of songs, 8 songs to 12 songs, and you start working on them by yourself. Now, there's a big difference between practice and rehearsal, and I put that in a video before. Big difference. Main thing being practice is what you do on your own. That's your homework. The first time you go to band practice, and every time you go to band practice, you should have already done your homework. You should be practicing these songs. Whether it's your singing part, your guitar playing part, anything that you need to find out, that needs to be done before rehearsal. When you go to rehearsal, what you're doing is everybody gets together all the parts that they practiced together before. They have them down pretty well, and you're just playing them together to make sure that those practiced parts now mesh. When you get to rehearsal with the band, you don't want to start really asking people, what is this chord changing? What's that? And I forgot this. That's terrible. You haven't done your homework. Similarly, if you have members in your band that are constantly never doing their homework, that's kind of like a red flag right off the bat. So just something to keep in mind. Another point. Make sure you're all on the same page with exactly which versions of songs that you're going to do. Now, ideally, you have this list of 10 songs or so. And you want everybody to start playing the same songs before you start getting together. You want to make sure that everybody has the correct MP3 of the song, or the version that you're all talking about. YouTube links are also good. On YouTube, you have a lot of different links to different versions of videos, whether they're different versions of songs, whether they're live versions or extended versions or shortened versions or a different mix of certain songs. So there are a lot of different versions you can have, but you have to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Those are different things that you need to work out with each other. If you're going to do a standard version, your own version, which is always good, or something, but make sure you're all on the same page as to which version of these songs you're going to do. How long should practice be, and how many days a week should you practice? Ideally, you want to start off at least 1 day a week doing practice, and it should be around 3 hours. 2 hours is just enough to set up, get warmed up, and start playing through about 5 or 6 songs, and you're breaking down already. So if you can, try to do it at least 3 hours, a little bit more if you can, and try to do it at least once a week. If everybody can mesh schedules, between work and kids and family and things like that, and you can do 2 a week, that's pretty good too. It also depends on how fast you want to get these songs together. If you have a show coming up sometime within the next few weeks or a month and you really need to get tight, then you're going to want to do more than once a week. If you're just getting together, you don't have anything planned, but you'd like to do it somewhat soon in a few months, once, maybe twice a week might be good. 2 last things for this video. Make sure you're all on the same page as to what tuning you're going to do, whether you're going to be dropped down half a step or whether you're in standard tuning. That's very, very critical for singers more than anybody else, so you know exactly what pitch and what your range is. It's also good for guitar players and any string players and keyboard players to know if they have to detune their instruments, if they have to practice one way, maybe when they're playing the covers and practicing them, and then maybe dropping them down or transposing keys is very, very good to know. And the last one, if you're a guitar bass player, make sure you practice at home standing up with your instrument. It's a big difference when you're sitting down playing. You feel a certain comfort level. Your hand can wrap around the neck a little bit differently. When you stand up with that instrument and put a strap on, your hands are very different. It's a little bit harder to play some things it's easier to play. But definitely you want to start practicing on your own, standing up with that guitar if you're going to be playing with it like that. It's good because you're going to be working different muscles to hold them up. It's good because you're going to be using different techniques with your hands that you probably haven't done before if you're sitting down in a different position. So standing up and playing is a big thing. Make sure you practice that. So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next week. I'll go more into details about running an effective band rehearsal, how long you should do that, exactly how you're going to break out the set list, some good things to do before your first rehearsal and to keep things going, to keep things moving along and on track, because they can easily turn into jam sessions and you might be having a lot of fun, but you're not actually getting anything done. So stay tuned next week. You guys have a great week, great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.